Hello YouTube and welcome on into one of our Lords of Limited draft videos. My name is Ben Warney. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Lords of Limited podcast, and we've got our sweet pack one pick one here in front of us. While we're considering it, if you've enjoyed our videos, please remember to like, subscribe, leave us a comment in the comment section. Any and all of that can help us grow our YouTube channel and content, and we really appreciate your support. So looking at pack one pick one here, Arasta, Drag, and Entrancing Lyre are the cards in consideration. Nothing else really beyond that. And I think of them, I like Entrancing Lyre the best because it's colorless. I think it's on power level or more power level than Drag without committing us to a color. Arasta's fine, value. I don't love green in the format, so I think I just want to stay open, flexible, and have as many options available to me as possible. So none of the commons in this pack even hold a candle to any of the uncommons or the rare. So Lyre in, shipping a good black card, shipping a good green card. All right, next pack, our neighbor took the rare, lucky for them. So we don't have much signaling to take here. Best cards in the pack, I think, are Archon, Binding, Titans, Dreadful Apathy. And I think of them, Dreadful Apathy is the best. I like white. I feel like white's undervalued right now on MTGO specifically, as people are exploring this 5-color monstrosity that we outlined in our latest Lords of Limited podcast. So I like picking up an Apathy here and seeing what comes. Shipping again, no black, some green. Not great that we're sending the Archon of Falling of Stars to our left, but not that big of a deal. So let's get Apathy in. Ooh, baby. It's a late Mire's Grasp. I mean, I'm going to take it. There's a rare and a common missing out of this pack, unless there was a foil. So I am optimistic, tentatively optimistic that black might be open. Not optimistic, tentatively optimistic that black might be open. We can take this Mire's Grasp, we can move off it, we can pivot off of white. We've got all kinds of things available to us because of this Entrancing Lyre, and starting removal is a pretty strong start to a Theros draft. Could even be 5-color nonsense in our future, who knows. But Mire's Grasp is far and away better than everything else that's going on in this pack. Alright, and as has been the case in this format, packs tend to cool off pretty rapidly, usually starting around pick 4 or pick 5. So only cards that I'm really excited about right here are Hero of the Pride and Venomous Hierophant. Early on in the format, I might have taken Venomous Hierophant over Hero in the Pride, but I really do like white, and I like the Hero Go Wide deck. I think just keeping our curve low is a pretty good place to be. Hierophant is not insane unless you have the great escape cards. So I'm going to take Hero here over the Hierophant and see what comes again. We could be black, we could be white. The world is our oyster at this point. Interesting. So the best card in the pack here by a fair margin is Destiny Spinner. But there's a Pious Wayfarer, which goes very well with our Hero of the Pride and Dreadful Apathy. So this is the odd thing about this format. In a not Theros Beyond Death format here, I would take Destiny Spinner. I'd say this is a signal. Let's go for it. But I really feel like in this format, the more spread thin you get, the worse a lot of the commons become. So I'm going to take Pious Wayfarer here, try to cut white, try to solidify myself in white, and ship this Destiny Spinner along to our neighbor. I would expect our neighbor to be green by now. We've passed them Typhon, Arasta. We've passed them a lot of goodies. And hopefully that helps us get hooked up in white in future packs. So this whole pack is not good. There's Scrobe Dancer, Brine Giant, Discordant Piper, Revoke Existent, Oriad. Again, packs really start to dry up around this time. And this is where getting yourself deeper into a color makes cards better, almost. Like, we can take Revoke Existence, we can play it, we could sideboard it, but nothing here is good enough to really push me down the road of another color. So Revoke Existence into the sideboard. All right, and white totally dried up here, which is fairly worrisome, but with these 3 cards, hopefully we can be deep enough in it that we can reap the rewards in pack 2 and then still skim off the top of the pack in pack 3. So we could take Farika's Libation here. I have liked Scophos War Leader a fair amount. Green also flowing here with the Grove Dancer, the Hyrax Tower Scout, and the Clothy's Design. So maybe we were just supposed to take that Destiny Spinner, and that was a gigantic punt on my part. I do think, though, now that we've shipped the green, I'm going to continue shipping the green and take the Scophos War Leader here. Maybe we can be white-red. Ooh, yeah, Ragehound, get in. That's a great pickup at this point in the pack. And so we will probably abandon this Liar's Grasp and I think look to draft some red-white beatdown. And Pious Wayfarer may or may not make the cut, depending on how that goes for us. But I like Ragehound here. I like it more than Vexing Gull or either of the black options here in Rageguard Berserker and or Nyxborn Marauder. So Ragehound, get in. Here are the Grames. Great pickup here. And again, we'll see if this Pious Wayfarer makes the cut, but I feel very good about a red-white aggro start here. White has dried up, but red looks like it's flowing fairly well. All right, Indomitable Will's a good, nice late pickup. That's a fine way to target either of our two heroes. There's also Flicker of Fate as well, but I like Indomitable Will more here. I'm going to take Escape Velocity here in case we don't get a Sentinel's Eyes. I'm not in love with Stampede Rider in red-white, and Irreverent Revelers is just sideboard, and I assume if we're in red, we'll get more opportunities to grab one of those for the sideboard. All right, Underworld Fires, nothing to see here. Same, and same. All right, so this is a fine start to a deck. Nothing super flashy, but can win some games. We've got opportunities. I think we've read that red is open, pun not intended. And that white flowed a little bit and then dried up. Green did seem to flow quite a bit from the right in pack 1. So if for some reason our neighbor didn't pick up on those signals and we see some green in pack 2, could move in with the understanding that we will likely get hooked up in pack 3. So open to Rasta again. Banishing Light and Destiny Spinner. We're going to take Banishing Light as the best card in the pack, I think. Yeah, it's better than Destiny Spinner and Arasta. It's also an inevitable end here. This is a very good green-white pack for someone. Would love to wheel either Sunmane Pegasus or Transcendent Envoy, and I do think there's a reasonable shot of that happening. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I mean, those might be 7 and 8, but all we need is somebody to take a Glory Bearers or a Stampede Rider out of this pack, and I think we're kind of doing it. So, Banishing Light in. We're going to take another Hero of the Pride now over Ragehound and hope that one of Omen, Ragehound, Rapid Flames comes back around to us. I think that's fairly likely based on the quality of the red cards that we got late in pack 1. Doesn't feel like there are too many red drafters. So Hero of the Pride, welcome to the team. And again, we're just going to continue picking up great low drops for our curve here. Incendiary Oracle is very good. Would like some ways to go wide. A hero with a Nyxborn would go a long way, but regardless, this is fine. Maybe we wheel this Impending Doom. I doubt it. Infuriate also might make the cut at this point, but Incendiary Oracle is what we want here. Ooh, nice. All right, so getting rewarded, it looks like, for shipping all that green along. We didn't send much black, so it makes sense that we're seeing this Gary coming back the other direction here. But Dreadful Apathy is great in our deck, and also makes something like Flicker pretty appealing now that we've got 2 Dreadful Apathies. That goes a long way. And definitely going to be looking to pick up some copies of Heliod's Pilgrim, and would love to wheel either Heliod's Punishment or Ragehound here. All right, Speak of the Devil. This is awkward, though. We have a choice between the Pilgrim and the Sunmane Pegasus. So Pilgrim right now gets either Indomitable Will or Dreadful Apathies. Sunmane Pegasus has been so rock solid, and we kind of have a mid-rangey-ish deck here. I don't know what the right answer is. The right answer is probably Pilgrim, just because it's a body, it's going to get the pump from the heroes, and it gets a removal spell for us. And we already have 3 targets. I think it's Pilgrim over the Sunmane Pegasus. And again, wheeling any of these white or red cards, we are thrilled. All right, decision time. So that's a late Rise to Glory, and we do have 2 Dreadful Apathies and this Myers Grasp potentially. We would be giving up on 4 red cards for 2, maybe 3 black cards in a pinch if we needed to. The problem is our black is so, like our red is where a lot of our curve and our aggression is coming from, and I do think we're set up to do that pretty well. It's an interesting pick. I think any of Flicker, Oread, and Rise to Glory are defensible here. You can make the case that we're not going to miss Oread that much. I think we just want... I don't know. I'm going to take the Rise to Glory. I can't help myself. All right, Pegasus. Excellent. Get in. I think the deciding factor there for me was neither Flicker nor Oread is going to be great in this deck. Could they make the cut? Yes. Are they guaranteed to? Probably not. We're doing fine on playables, and I would expect us to wheel some stuff out of pack 2 here. And if for some reason we open up some black bomb, having Rise to Glory and Mire's Grasp is pretty powerful with as deep as we've managed to get ourselves into white here in pack 2. Oh, baby. All right, so another Hero of the Pride is great here. We really need to wheel that Wrap in Flames, and we need to get a copy of Sentinel's Eyes. So Hero of the Pride, welcome to the team. Sunmane Pegasus coming around is excellent. I think we want that over Transcendent Envoy. With only 1 copy of Pious Wayfarer that is looking like it's probably not going to make our deck at the moment, I think I like Pegasus over Envoy. And again, all this stuff wheeling bodes very well for us. We did wheel the Wrap, so it looks like we are in the right archetype. If we can get a Hero of the Nyxborn in pack 3 to get open and get passed to us, that would be very good for what we've got going on here. So Wrap, get in. If not, worst case scenario, we do have this Escape Velocity. I'm going to put this in the board for now, hoping to not run it. I'll take a Portent, don't love it. Nothing, nothing, nothing. All right, so we got a good curve here, 11 creatures, got good removal. I think we're definitely on track here with this deck. Bronzehide Lion. We certainly have opened a lot of good green. I think we want, this is interesting. I think we want Dreamstalker Manticore. There's a case for Triumphant Surge though. There's also a case for taking Bronzehide Lion and saying, we know we're going to get past green this pack and going white-green. Because Bronzehide Lion is far and away better than every red card we've got. The red cards work so well with our white cards, though. Decisions. This Dreamstalker Manticore is essentially a 3-mana 4/2, which, again, is not the most exciting. And it really did feel like we got shipped green. Bronzehide Lion's going to be its best when it comes down on turn 2, though. I don't know. I think I'm off Triumphant Surge. I think we just have better removal than that. And similarly for Flicker of Fate. I don't think we need to get that cute. I'm going to take the Lion and say I'm not going to miss the Manticore. And see what comes. All right, we take another Pious Wayfarer here. That feels pretty good. Potentially wheeling Birth of Meletus as something that could trigger both our Pious Wayfarers. How many enchantments do we have right now? We have 1, 2, 3, kind of 4. So these Pious Wayfarers are not great. Could play Escape Velocity, which would make them better, but still not insane. But I think it's the best option for us out of this pack. All right, this is a bit of a yikes. So, best card in the pack is Thassa's Intervention. There's nothing really here that we're interested in as far as white or red cards. So, we also do have this back black door open to us. And that gives us a little more on the enchantment end of things with these Pious Wayfarers. I think it's pretty unlikely. Like, Typhon Bronzehide Lion is not enough to make me go green. But Nyxborn Marauder as an enchantment creature, just like a good body, works with the Pious Wayfarers. I think it's reasonable that depending on what we get past, we could potentially go white-black as well. So I'm going to take this here. Ooh. Interesting. So we have the double Apathy, we have the Pilgrim. So essentially we have triple Apathy, and a Mire's Grasp. I think we take this Rise to Glory here. Man, we just have no way to target our Hero of the Prides, though. So they're essentially just like 3 mana, 2 mana, 2/2s. Yeah, we literally have Stone. Well, we have this Indomitable Will. The heroes are... I guess they're like... We don't have a lot of ways to target in this build of the deck, though, either. I think I'm going to take Rise to Glory here. An Inevitable End and a Venomous Hierophant. There's also an Omen of the Sun, but again, like, we don't have... I think I'm just going to play Black-White Attrition. And then, like, we got dudes, we got removal, we have some enchantments to trigger our Wayfarers to pump the Heroes of the Pride. Maybe we get lucky and we get a late Sentinel's Eyes. That looks better to me than what we have going on with red-white here. So let's take Inevitable End. Alright, and I think we're full on making the swap here. So let's get these guys out of here. Rises in, Mire's Grasp in, Marauder in, Inevitable End in. We could potentially play this Enemy of Enlightenment. I think I want Dawn Evangel here. Would love to wheel an Aspect of Lamprey as a way to target one of our Hero of the Prides. Maybe get something back with this Dawn Evangel. So you're in. Alright. Rage Guard Berserker, fine, we'll play it. It's going to make the cut. Another Dawn Evangel, another Wrap. This has been a weird pack. Like, we haven't seen, like, we didn't see Stone anything for the red-white deck until this Wrap. Do we have playables in red-white? We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black cards here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we have playables in red-white. I don't know what's right here. I'm going to take Wrap because we need... I don't know what to do. I'm going to take this Dawn Evangel. That was tough. So I think we could have taken Wrap there and still gone red-white. Dawn Evangel works in both decks because we want enchantments for these Pious Wayfarers as well. Like, there's a world where we could still... Like, if we think this deck isn't grindy enough to grind through our opponent, I think side into red-white for Infuriate, Wrap in Flames, like in some of these more aggressive cards. Flicker I do like a lot better in this deck, though. Bronze Sword's fine. We might honestly run this Bronze Sword in this deck just to give the heroes some power. Also, Sunmane Pegasus wears it pretty well. I don't hate it. And there's a Rumbling Sentry, sure. Take this. None of this matters. Not having any escape is not the best. Sure, sure, sure. We could play Enemy of Enlightenment here. How do we feel about that? I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Alright, group our creatures separately. I mean, we essentially have removal spells and dudes, which is pretty nice. I think I want to cut Flicker of Fate here and run it like this with the Bronze Sword. And no Enemy of Enlightenment. Could also main deck Revoke Existence. I don't love that, I don't hate it. So let's build white-black and white-red. Nyxborn Marauder is pretty costly on the mana here. We could play Enemy of Enlightenment over Nyxborn Marauder to help. I think I kind of actually like that. To help the mana cost. And then we get to play like 1, 2, I think we go 11-6. And run it like this. Alright, so there's black-white. Always a good sign when you're building 2 decks after your draft. Black, white, and new deck. Red, white. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And Infuriate's in, Escape Velocity's in. This deck is probably better, and I probably should have just taken Rapid Flames. Because the thing about this deck is the heroes are so much better. Skillful War Leader's in, Entrancing Liar's in, and then we need one more card. What should that one more card be? It is not Bronze Sword. I don't love Revoke here. Maybe it's just Flicker. That can let us re-trigger this stuff. It can let us re-trigger an Apathy. I think that is gonna pull its weight more than anything else. So how many ways do we have to target creatures here? We have 1, 2, 3. We still only have 4 ways to target our heroes here. And this mana is more like 10-7, I think. Which, while fine, is not great. I'm curious. I'm genuinely not sure which of these decks is better. Black-White definitely has better card quality, except the heroes are so bad. This Bronze Sword is pretty embarrassing too. But the Pious Wayfarers can push stuff here. Well, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to main. And I could definitely see flipping back and forth between the two decks as well. The fact that we don't have any like, bomb status cards makes me kind of want to play red-white. I think I'm going to start red-white and just say it was a mistake not picking the other Rapid Flames. All right, we've got our opponent here, Metallic, for round 1, and we won the die roll. We would like to play first. This is a keep. And don't need to worry about how we sequence our lands at all with this deck, which is nice. All right, we are off. So we're going to start with Rage Hound and hopefully get the beats going. Swamp is fine. Still think we're leading with Rage Hound here. We will follow up the Rage Hound with Hero of the Pride. This red-white deck also having Rage Hound as an escape card is not nothing. Sure. Assume our opponent's going to trade that off here. Ooh, that's a nice one. Just curving out 2, 3, 4, no big deal. Entrancing Liar should do some serious work towards the end of this game as well once we gas out. Deal. It's a card we should be wary of. Once they hit 5 mana, it's going to turn on Portent for them, but I mean, there's not much we can do to play around that. So let's jam with Hero here. Assume our opponent is not blocking, or they might chump with the Goat token and drain. All right, they're going to postpone that option. We're going to get down Sunmane Pegasus here, and then next turn we can give Vigilance Lifelink and play Hero of the Pride, or potentially, if we draw a land, like removal spell Hero of the Pride. We have a lot of options available to us at this point. No! Gosh, that card's so strong. All right, so we just lose now? We don't just lose. Our opponent's going to strip Dreadful Apathy out of our hand because I want Liar on the battlefield more than I want Dreadful Apathy down. So let's play Liar, smash with Hero of the Games, and then post-combat we will play Hero of the Pride. I don't know why I did one spell pre-combat and one post-combat, but... And they're going to get my Rage Hound out of the graveyard. Holy cow. Elspeth's Nightmare is always a 3-for-1 against me. All right, that's it. Got the complaining out of my system. What a savage card. So knowing that they have Elspeth's Nightmare honestly makes me want to play black-white. Just because I think we can grind better against a black-red deck, assuming we don't see any Stone Cold Bombs from them this game. So if we can get something to the bin here, yeah, we can escape Rage Hound. That's pretty big. All right, so we jam. Feels like our opponent has a removal spell here, like maybe a Fateful End or something. I think I have to go for this though, right? Just because we need something in the graveyard. How do they have 4 mana and nothing to do? I'm going to do it. If we get 2 for 1, we get 2 for 1. We still get Escape Hound back. All right. Is this working? That was great for us. I was expecting to get blown out there savagely. 1, 2, 3. Get wrecked, Elspeth's Nightmare. All right, we have a significant amount of board pressure now, also with this Entrancing Lyre. So, opponent's in serious trouble here, I think. Important? That's fine. Not great, not terrible. We're going to hit them for 5. Put them down to 5 because they're going to sack this and drain 1, gain 1. But they have to be able to play 2 creatures next turn to stabilize here. This is where Entrancing Lyre is just backbreaking. I guess we don't just kill them over the course of 2 turns though, because they can sack the land pad to go to 11. Let's say go. Does feel like we're likely to win the game though at this point with our opponent being down this low. Treacherous Blessing. That is certainly not helping our opponent. Like their best thing, yeah. Okay. So do we side into white-black against what we saw there? I guess not. Like the Elspeth's Nightmare is just so devastating against the Rise to Glories. I think we just red-white and write it out. I could bring in Revoke. We saw Elspeth's Nightmare. We saw Lampad. What else did we see? I think that was it. Regardless, I think those 2 cards are enough to bring it in. What do I want to cut? What's our worst card? Probably Flicker. I think I'm into that. And then we run it back. Could also bring in Bronze Sword. That feels loose. All right, let's go. Clear keep here. All right. I think we're going to lead on Oracle here, over here with the Pride. No 2-drop from them feels good for us. Plenty of lands, thank you, deck. All right, Oracle down, that's fine. Dawn of Angels, nice. I don't love where we're at right now. Wrap in Flames is essentially a mulligan in this hand as it currently stands, just because we've not gotten any damage in on the opponent. Maybe we're supposed to play black-white when we're on the draw. Ooh, interesting. I have to assume the opponent has ways to sacrifice that. I think I would choose for my opponent to play that card there. I guess unless they have stupid Elspeth's Nightmare. I should have held up Mountain because they've already seen +3/+2. That's a minor mistake there. I was thinking, what do I want to rep? And I thought Karametra's Blessing, but there's no reason to rep that because our opponent hasn't seen it. Slaughter Priest of Mogus, sure. So Treacherous Blessing's going down here. This is awkward in that we can't really attack here, right? So if we Lyre, go to tap it down, they sack Blessing in response. What if I just attack? No, there's no way where attacking works out well for me here. So I think we just... Lyre and say go. No, we hero, I think, and say go. Because who knows, like, maybe they're going to tap out of mana, and we are threatening to do a lot of damage here with Wrap in Flames next turn. I think there's no reason to rush this. That's great for us. I mean, it makes sense that they want that off the battlefield, but... Whoa! Opponent with all of the cards. So we just push 1,000,000 damage here, right? We wrap, Slaughter Priest can't block, target 2 of our heroes, and then we're doing 4, 8, 13, 17? We just have lethal if our opponent doesn't play another creature here and they don't have a removal spell. Is that true? 4, 8, 13, 17. Yeah, wow. All right, let's go for it. And we'll correctly hold up Infuriate here. They're just dead. Wow. All right, got him. That was a quick match there. All right, here we are for game 2 against Huck F. Wonder if that's Huckleberry Finn. This is not a great hand, but I do think this is a keep. We've got Oracle on 2, we've got shots to find white, we have 10 white sources in our deck, so we're pretty reliably expected to hit white on turn 3 here. I don't actually have access to a hypergeometric calculator right now, but I bet we're around 70% to hit white on turn 3. It'd be a little harder to keep this hand on the play, but I think on the draw it's definitely a keep. Oracle, let's go. That's not great for our deck. Illyrios is a pretty big brick wall against aggro. Since we whiffed on white, we gotta here, I think, and play defense, and I do think we will block this reflection token, unfortunately. Blocking is red-white, not really where you want to be. Sure. Boy. All right. Curious what the hypergeometric calculator says. With 10 planes in our deck. Maybe I should have gone and checked before we kept that hand YOLO style. we want? Odds 33, 10, 3, 1. And we're 67.5%. And to have whiffed this far into turn 5, odds 33, 10, 5, 1. 85% of the time we would have hit by now. I mean, that's a risk you take, keeping that hand. I stand by that keep. And if you're wondering what I'm doing off screen here that you can't see, I'm on Twitch and I'm typing in the odds function from MTG bot. So you can like put in the size of your deck, the number of hits you have in your deck. So in this case for us, it's 10 planes. Yikes. And I think we just need to wrap this down here to try to use our mana efficiently. Opponent can't counter this, which is good news for us. Oh, maybe they have like a +1/+1 or something. Yeah, that's not great. Okay, so we're taking 5 here down to 5. We are in serious trouble. If they have something like a Vexing Gull, it's just all over. But anyway, so you can make informed mulligan decisions and things like that. So good tool to use if you don't know what that is. And if you're not a Twitch person, you can also do the same thing. Like if you just Google hypergeometric calculator, you put in the size of your deck, the number of successes you have, the number of draws you have to hit, and the number of those successes that you need to hit in that amount of draws. All right, so we lyre down Leon in here, and opponent gets an easy win here, presumably. Not sure what they're doing, though, with 6 mana and nothing going on over there. Maybe they have a Dream Trawler that they don't want me to see. Sentinel's Eyes. Okay. All right, and dead. So against what we saw there, like if they've got commanding presence, all that sort of stuff, I think I want to play white-black against them. And I think I want Revoke Existence in. Like all of their removal is going to be enchantment based. And then what do I cut here? Like is it Bronze Sword? Probably. Bronze Sword could do work in a long game, though. Nah. All right, let's get Bronze Sword out of here. We don't need no stinking Bronze Sword to win. Revoke Existence in. 6 swamps for 6 black cards seems fine. All of those are late game cards as well. So let's run it back. Enemy Enlightenment also could be very good against a blue-white opponent. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would. Oy. Do I keep this hand? Oh, that's not even our deck. But we can kind of picture what our deck is. We have 6 swamps in the deck, 6 black cards. What are we hoping to do with this hand? I don't know, it's fine. We can cast a creature, we can cast a removal spell. Going to less than this feels pretty bad, especially if we're trying to play an attrition matchup. I do think our deck is flood prone. We have no library manipulation or filtering. Certainly a weakness of our deck. Maybe this deck wanted to be on the draw. All right, that was a nice draw. That's a welcome sight. Omen of the Sea is a good one from our opponent. Let's look and see how they scry here like good Magic players. Oops. Double top power move. Scry me a river style. Except they looked. Alright, so we know they have commanding presence to go get, as well as Sentinel's Eyes. They're getting a dreadful apathy, sure. All right, all right. I kind of want to hold Sunmane Pegasus till after they play that dreadful apathy. I don't think that's crazy, honestly. Like, this game's going nowhere fast, and we much prefer them to use dreadful apathy on our Dawn Evangel. And I don't think we lose much here by not playing Sunmane Pegasus. And if they choose to hold apathy, good for them. All right, probably going to choose to hold apathy now, since Pilgrim can attack and block against our Dawn Evangel. Is it crazy to Banishing Light this Heliod's Pilgrim? Probably, right? I think we hear the pride and say go here. This game's going to go long, and we really need this Sunmane Pegasus to live. So maybe now that we have double blocks represented, we can get our opponent to use Dreadful Apathy. I doubt it, but just the way our hand is, it feels like we need to try to eke every ounce of value out of it that we can. One bottom, one top from the scry there. Come on, use that Dreadful Apathy. Boom! We got him. All right, that's great for us. I think we block here if they attack. Sure. If they've got a Starlit Mantle or something, they can go nuts. Sure. All right, so I think again we hold off on this Pegasus and we just Dawn Evangel Banishing Light that. Turns on Sentinel's Eyes for them, unfortunately, but I don't know that there's much we can do about that. Sentinel's Eyes is very good the way this game is playing out right now, because their stuff is always just going to be bigger than mine for the rest of the game. Dream Trawler? Oh, Brine Giant. Yikes. Alright. We do have a lot of removal in our deck. Like, that should be beatable. I'm assuming we're giving Pegasus Vigilance Lifelink. We're only taking 3, essentially. Do feel good about my choice to main red-white, and I really think I punted that pick in the draft where I took Dawn Evangel over Wrap in Flames. I think our red-white deck would be significantly better with another copy of Wrap in Flames. Sure. Yikes. That's not good for the home team. So maybe that's a reason to not play black-white against this opponent, that their removal is going to be enchantment-based, and so our creatures aren't going to go to the graveyard. That makes sense to me. I probably should have thought about that before getting into this deck. That's depressing. All right, let's say go. These have been some low-powered games of Theros Beyond Death so far. Not really a whole lot of rares in round 1 or round 2. I think we chump here. It doesn't really do me any good. I need to find a Dreadful Apathy. Dreadful Apathy gets us right back in this game right now. Not anymore. That's probably the nail in the coffin. If I were the opponent, I would be like medium worried about Wrath here. Let's jump here. We're probably too far behind at this point to stabilize, even if we draw Dreadful Apathy, because we can't double spell with it and Rise to Glory. Yeah, that'll do, pig. Onwards to round 3. All right, here we are for game 3. Won the die roll, which is great for our red-white aggro deck. So yes, we will take the play, and we will keep. It's a very strong starting hand. Escape Velocity powering up Pegasus, also really good. The difference between 2 and 3 power on that is huge when you're giving it lifelink. All right, there's a Wrap in Flames target. Sure. I'd like to draw something we can play here. Yeah. So I think we just run that out and stay. We're incentivized to not trade our creatures off as red-white, especially with a Wrap in Flames in our deck. Yikes, that card's good! Alright, so we will Pegasus here. I guess I kind of want to trade off now. I still don't, right? Because they're not going to block. Will they block? They'll block Moss Viper on hero and leave the human soldier around to get the +1/+1 counters. Maybe I attack with Pious Wayfarer. I think I'm willing to trade that off for either. Yeah, that feels good. Shoo. Alright, so I think we Apathy this Typhon. And I think we play Rage Hound. And attack with Pegasus. And then next turn we will Escape Velocity onto Hero the Pride, and assuming our opponent doesn't play something with more than 4 toughness here, we'll have 4 powered attacker, 3 powered attacker, 4 powered attacker, which should go pretty well for us. Yeah, that's all fine. So our opponent's not going to have any good blocks here, and if they attack, even better, because we're pushing back a lot of damage. I think that's actively good for us that the opponent swung there. Alright, so Escape Velocity here. Boom, let's go. Much velocity, very well. Let's go boom, boom. Boom. And boom. I guess we shouldn't have told our opponent that we don't have any action going on, but think they're kind of forced to block here. And then we can put Escape Velocity back on the Rage Hound if they don't have something with more than 4 toughness, which again is a good spot for us. So we're pushing some damage. Was a little loose of me to do all that stuff pre-combat. That's a really bad habit. I would not do that in paper, or if it were a high stakes match, and I need to think, like, remember that I'm not just streaming and that I'm recording a video and try to play optimally. I should probably just be playing optimally in general, but gotta get that F6 value, you know? Sure. Omen of the Dead on Berserker. Oh, on Moss Viper. Interesting. That makes sense, I guess. So, I think we're in on trying to ride Sunmane Pegasus to victory. So let's do it. Exile 2 other cards. 1, 2. Done. Lifelink. And smash. We go up to 17 here. They go to 8. We're still losing this race as it stands. Card advantage from first row in games is really hard to overcome. Oh, and another first row in game. So hopefully this game will be over before that's relevant. Although, honestly, if I were the opponent, I might get Timrat here just for the life gain. So I think the game's going to be over before first row in games matters. They took the games. Respect. Oh, the fact that they can cast it this turn makes a difference. No blocks from me. 9 down to 8. Yeah, we are in some serious trouble. All right, Flood not helping. We do have outs, because I don't think they're going to be able to... Oh, no, because they get the counters. Yeah, we're super dead. Well, no, because we can... If they swing out here, we could potentially top deck a creature and escape velocity onto it, because our Pegasus will die. Actually, are we just dead? So 5, 9, 13. They have 15 trample damage. I have 3 toughness and lifelink, so we're not just dead if they swing out. Oh, just dead. That's enough to do it, right? I guess we make them do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts me to 7. Go up to 10. So I essentially have 13 life. And they have 9, 13, 16 attackers. 15 attackers. Yeah, they got us. Alright, they've got a powerful deck over there. And again, this feels like one that we want to try to get underneath rather than try to grind against with black-white, so I think we are shipping this back. First row in games is so hard to target with Revoke Existence. We also saw the Timret. I think we have to bring this in over Flicker just in case, on the off chance that we do nab first row in games, and also killing Timret's a big deal too. Alright. So revoke in, and I don't love our chances here. Would you like to play first? Yes. So just thinking back, reflecting on the draft a little bit here, I think the biggest decision point we had was not taking Destiny Spinner pack 1, pick 4. And I think if we had done that, we probably would have ended up with a better deck. We would have ended up with a white-green deck, I think. I think the overall power levels there. Although I don't feel badly about the way I navigated that draft. Ooh, Heliod's Pilgrim's great here. So we get a smash for free. Pilgrim, go get an apathy. It's tempting to go get escape velocity, but I think that's wrong. Ooh, tap land? That hurts for the opponent. That's sort of making me wish I had gone and gotten escape velocity. Nexus Wardens. That's really good against me. Alright, so we don't have an efficient turn here no matter what. Assume our opponent blocks one of the one-powered things. They don't know that we don't have anything here. And it's pretty bad for them if their Nexus Wardens dies. Yeah, that's great for us. And I think that's a very reasonable line to take from the opponent. That was, yeah, no, that's fine. We shouldn't have played that pre-combat. I was just thinking, I forgot about the trigger, but I think we needed a bluff that we had something there. And like narrowing it down to Karametra's Blessing feels way more. And the fact that we played that post-combat and missed the trigger, I think plants the idea even more in our opponent's head that we do in fact have something. That's super annoying. Moss Viper's so good against our deck. Okay, so what's the play here? We could Banishing Light, Loathsome Chimera, and swing out. Leave up red. If they double block with Nexus Wardens and Elysian Caryatid on Hero of the Pride, we're pretty sad. Honestly, if they do that anywhere, we're pretty sad. So I think we Banishing Light, Loathsome Chimera, put it on Heliod's Pilgrim, and then attack with Heliod's Pilgrim. Let's do this. And attack like this. And then we put Karametra's Blessing in their head for this block. Alright. Opponent called our bluff. Good for them. Not great. Especially since they gained 2. I think we hero Rage Hound here and just say go. And then hope we get something going on next turn. YOLOing the Acolyte, respect. Alright, so I think we apathy this Nexus Wardens here. And then Rage Hound is trading with something. So they have Omen of the Dead. That's bad for us. Timmy, okay. Bad news bears all around for us. This has got to be like a nightmare matchup. I don't even think something like Wrap gets us out of this. Like, I think we have just lost the game at this point. Let's do that, say go. I mean, I guess they're not really killing us. We're not killing them either, and we have no way to break the stall. And I assume just the average card in their deck is going to be better than the average card in our deck. Okay. Okay. That's a thing. That also gives us attacks here. Assume they trade Moss Viper off for this? Yeah. It's fine, that had to happen at some point anyway. Maybe this is a matchup where we wanted black-white. We haven't seen much removal from them, though, that would have led to our creatures going to the graveyard. How do we want to block here? Like this and like this, I think. Sure. Ugh. Let's say go. Opponent's going to be exiling stuff, gaining life. Will give us a few more turns, but I don't have much hope here. We just don't have powerful enough cards in our deck once a green-black deck like this is stabilized against us. Yeah, I don't think we can let that go to the graveyard. We have to hope we draw Dreadful Apathy. So go. No blocks. All right, yeah, that's gonna do it. Our opponent stabilized, good for them. Hope you enjoyed the league. Let me know if you think I made any major mistakes in the draft or things you would have done differently. And as a reminder, thank you for clicking like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment in the comment section, and thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you again for my next Lords of Limited Draft video here on YouTube. Have a great night, everybody.